locked us as three, walked in the bank, walked out to open say. He would cry, said, don't kill me, but that time lock won't open till 3. They ride, they ride. They tried to run, they tried to hide. Those old Yankees let the bullets fly. The town folk stood their ground, yeah. Norfolk took the James game down. Keep believing in this house we've been building. Love that we've been making helps our hearts with the healing. Cause I know what I'm meant for, in the place where I belong. Every moment brings me closer to home. Brick by brick and bow by bow, better than the day before. Brick by brick and bow by bow. Keep dreaming, each day writing our own book. Chapter by chapter, verse by verse and hook. Lying under that old oak, guitar picking the notes that we wrote. Ice cream in my heart, ruby flow. Brick by brick and bow by bow, better than the day before. Brick by brick and bow by bow, every day love you more.
All right, here we are, ready for match number 3 action. Northern Lights here against a non-Minnesota Select squad. This is Crossfire 17-3. Coming to you on Court 3, Minnesota Select Volleyball Club. And Statler is going to start us off now. She goes into the 6. Good pass in system. Second ball comes over. Stadler goes outside to Fettrell over the block. Punched at by the libero, not coming back. And Northern Lights on the board first in set number 1 of match 3. 1-0. Stadler goes to work again into the 6. Passed up nicely. Middle attack coming. Big swing. Stadler with the dig. Fettrell sends it back across. Sakura sends it over with 2 hands. Crossfire, free ball over. Munson is there. Stadler is going to go into the middle. Tau tip over the block. Big attack by Fettrell on the overball. She scores. Fettrell with the bomb. Scores for Northern Lights. (2-0) Lights lead. Stadler back to the line again. tip shot into the corner, out of the reach of Gleason. She sprawled. She couldn't come up with it, and it's a point to Crossfire. They're on the board. Down 1-2. Number 22 in to serve. Down the line, Fettrell up. Stadler back to Fettrell. She steps into it, into the block, pulls it off the block, and sends it over. Here comes Crossfire, strong side attack. Block, Fettrell. Score, Fettrell. Great work, Fettrell. She got blocked, kept the ball alive, and then she blocked back for the third point for Northern Lights, and now 3-1. Fettrell into the 5. Nice pass. Joust at the net, not coming over. Point Northern Lights, and it's 4-1. Fettrell into the 1, passed up nicely. Strong side attack coming. It's outside. It's a good attack from the left side. Cross court screamer. Point to Crossfire. 2-4, Crossfire trails in set 1. Down the line, but wide. Point Northern Lights. Lights leads 5-2. Tao back to serve. Tao drills it down the line, off the deflection, over the bench, into court 2, through court 2. No, it's picked up in court 2 and shoveled back. Retrieval toss finds the net. There's the helper, and now Tao will serve for the 6-2 lead. Tao goes short. Trouble. Free ball over. Tao is there. Stadler goes outside. Gleason going cross court. Nearly finds court 4. Point Crossfire. Crossfire now down 3-6. Fettrell there. Stadler's going to go back to Sakura. Sakura over the block. Picked up by Crossfire. Middle attack. Big swing. Tipped over. Tao is there, and Fettrell free ball over. Now here comes Crossfire in system with options outside. Big swing off the Sakura block into the floor. 6-4 now. Lights clinging to a 2-point lead. Fettrell goes down to get it. Stadler into the middle. Higuashvili tips into the deep 6. Picked up. Strong side attack. Big swing off the block. Fettrell stabs at it. Sends it up high. And Gleason rolls shot over the block. Picked up by Crossfire. Back row attack. Big swing. Higuashvili sticks out the right hand and sends it back on the block. Stuff block Higuashvili for Northern Lights. Solo block in the middle for number 53. 7-4 now. Lights by 3. Sakura sends it over. Popped up high. Strong side attack coming. Big swing. It's a good one. Tao, great dig. Sakura with options. Tao free ball over. Here comes Crossfire now. Running the slide off the high hands to the floor. Point Crossfire. Substitution on the Crossfire side. Back to serve number 16. She trails by 2. Sends it into the 6. Tao is there. Sakura brings it back. Tao free ball over. Now here comes Crossfire. Middle attack. Sent back by Higuashvili. Sent back by Higuashvili again. Higuashvili. 2 strong plays at the net, scoring for Northern Lights, and now it's 8-5 Northern Lights. Down the line, it finds the floor. A serve, Gleason. Gleason to serve. 9-5. We say 9, they say 8. We'll get that sorted out in a minute. There they've corrected it back to 8. So we got 9-6, they got 8-6. We're going to stick with 9 for a moment. See what they do. Libero sends it over. Falls straight to the floor. Ace serve. 9-7 or 8-7. I think we're sticking with 8. Libero up, Libero over. Tao goes down to get this one, sends it right back over. Here comes Crossfire on 2. Gleason sends it up. Sakura and Tao collide going for the second, and now we're knotted at 8. 8-8 here, set 1. Another ace serve by Crossfire, and they've taken the lead, 9-8. Good serve, good pass. Outside, Fettrell down the line, but she finds the net. Offensive net violation, Northern Lights. Point to Crossfire. Crossfire rolling here. 10-8 now, the score. Crossfire sends it over. Tao is there. Sakura can't get number 2. Point, Crossfire once again. 11-8 the score. Crossfire up. Tao with the pass. It's a good one. Sakura goes back to Halbersma. She hammers the ball into the 5-6 but it's picked up somehow, some way. Fettrell, Sakura. Gigoashvili into the middle. Picked up by Crossfire. Strong side attack coming. It's over the block. Tao is there. Sakura with options outside. Fettrell, big swing. Finds the net. Point. Crossfire now 12-8 the score. R1 is looking for something. Not sure what that exchange was all about, but Libero sends it down the line, but long. It works in our favor. Pseudo timeout, I don't know. Screening, server, okay. That's a warning for screening the server. Gigoashvili sends it over. Middle attack, big swing off the high hands, picked up by Gigoashvili. Sakura goes outside. Fettrell down the line, but long. Point to Crossfire, 17-3. I think the Crossfire blockers maybe had their hands up, blocking the vision of the Northern Lights defenders. Good strong serve. Boy, that corkscrewed on Gleason, and she sends it to the R2. It's an ace serve. And we got a timeout on the floor. Timeout. Northern Lights as they trail now, 14-9. Lights down 5. It is set number 1. Serve over. Gleason sends it up high. Sakura chases it down. Roll shot by Fettrell. Looking for the ring of fire, can't come up with it. Now free balls. They're 11th of set number 1. They're down 3. Stadler back to serve once again. Stadler into the 6. Sent back over. Fetchel goes after it, gets underneath it, sends it long. Point Crossfire. Fetchel, good aggressive play on the overpass, just slightly underneath it, sent it long. And now Crossfire will serve up 4, 15-11 in set number 1. Munson, perfect pass. Stadler goes into the middle. Tao punches over the block, picked up. Strong side attack, roll shot over. Gleason can't get to it. Point Crossfire. Now they lead by 5, 16-11. Crossfire leads. Gleason sends it up high. Sikora to the middle. Stadler keeps her feet, sends it over. Here comes Crossfire, right side attack. Big swing, it's over the block and floats just long. Point Northern Lights. Fetchel to serve, up 4. Fetchel into the 5-6. Passed up, back row attack, sent over. Munson is there, Stadler goes outside. Gleason, roll shot, blocked. Oh, it was the net. Point Select. Now they lead again by 5, 17-12. Serve over, Munson there, sends it back, swipe to the right, and it's to the floor. Point Crossfire took the overpass and just gently put it down onto the floor, and now they lead by 6. Good strong serve. Fetchel fights it off. Stadler can't pull it out of the net. It's an ace serve. Crossfire. Now they lead by a touchdown and an extra point. 19-12. Short serve, a little too short, finds the net, falls to the floor. Point Northern Lights now, and they're down 6. 13-19. Tao back to serve. Tao up, Tao over, not over. Going for the line, finds the net. Point Crossfire, now they lead 20-13. Lights down 7. Set 1. Serve over, Fetchel, good pass. Giguashvili taps it over. Here comes Crossfire, strong side attack. Roll shot over the block. Fetchel gets a hand on it, but sends it backwards into the net, and it's a point Crossfire. Crossfire leads 21-13 here in set 1. Up, down the line, and good. Point Crossfire. That one fell cleanly to the floor for the ace. 22-13 now. Crossfire leads. Fetchel, good pass. Stadler pops it up. Sikora sends it down the line. Picked up by Crossfire. Strong side attack. Roll shot over. Tao goes in to get it. Stadler's going to go outside. Gleason over the block. Picked up in the back row. Confusion on the second contact, and it falls to the floor. Point Northern Lights off the kill from Gleason. Now Sikora back to serve. Sikora trails by 8. Sikora, good serve. Pass into the net. Good job picking it out of the net. Fetchel to Sikora, outside to Gleason. Roll shot over the block, picked up. They're going to come strong side. It's a looping roll shot. Tao is there. Fetchel goes down to get 2 nicely, and Gleason free ball over. And that falls to the floor. Gleason will give credit for a backwards two-hander into the ring of fire that couldn't be handled by Crossfire. Now Sikora down 7, 15-22. Good serve over. Strong side attack, looping shot over. Fetchel is there. Sikora goes back to Halbersma. Big swing over the block, picked up in the back row. Strong side attack, block. Halbersma into the floor. Halbersma with the stuff block will give the assist to Giguashvili, but I think it was all Halbersma. Now Sikora to serve, down 6. There we go. A little slow on the score, 16-22. Sikora punches it over. Back row attack sent over. Gleason can't get to the third, and it's to the floor. Point Crossfire, 23-16. Crossfire 2 points away from set number 1. Send it down line. Gleason sends it up high. Sikora's going to go to Halbersma. She slices it through the back door. Point to Crossfire. And now they are on the hook for set number 1. It's 24-16. Crossfire leads as court 4 sending balls and players across our floor into court 2. And now she'll return. And Crossfire now serves on the hook. Up 8, needing 1. Sent over Fetchel, good pass. Sikora into the middle. Giguashvili punches at it. Picked up and free ball in the back row. Fetchel is there. Sikora to Gleason. She takes a swipe at it. Sent over on 2. Tao goes down to get it. No second contact. Point in set number 1. To Crossfire, 25-16 the score here on court 3. We'll step aside for a quick break. Let you listen to some Chad Johnson music. This is called Ride Along.
Let it cry, let it be. Last kiss for you and me. We'll turn the page, the win and the win. Heart of gold, heart of love. And to see it's all above. Well, what's worth gets better every day. Don't you song, well, brown eyes singing all night long. God, not a lie. You can't always get what you want, but you'll be proud every Saturday night. Mama tried, daddy lied. Who thought I'd walk the line? Well, yes, it's true, but you both can't survive. Feel the good walk coming on in an old-fashioned country song with brown eyes singing all night long. Man on an older road, Hank Williams, God rest his soul. Every road's a test to have a song. Was prison on a runaway train. Never thought I could feel such pain. She rode the rescue right along. Oh, up a lonesome song. I'm a lonesome song. Mary Jane, last dance, well, it's all the same. Well, old revs creeping out of sight. Turn up the lights, turn on the tunes. Martin Ziller and a sonic boom. Well, honky tonk, women don't be rude. I feel the good one coming on in an old-fashioned country song. Well, brown eyes singing all night long. Man on an older road, Hank Williams, God rest his soul. Every road's a test to have a song. Was in prison on a runaway train. Never thought I could feel such pain. At your own rescue ride along. Oh, lonesome song. I'm a lonesome song. have a song. Was from prison on a runaway train. Never thought I could feel such pain. At your own rescue ride along. At your own rescue ride along. Oh, I'm a lonesome song. Lonesome song. Lonesome song.
All right, here we go. Ready for set number 2. Crossfire is going to get things going for us. And set number 2 starts now. Sent over. Tao goes down to get it. Stadler up to Fettrell. Roll shot over the block. Picked up by Crossfire. They're going to come strong side over the block. Stadler goes outside. Halbersma looping deep corner. Picked up. Right side attack. Big swing over the block, over the baseline. And Northern Lights takes the first point of set number 2, and they lead 1-0. Fettrell back to serve. Fettrell up. Fettrell into the 6. Trouble. Oh, somehow they get it up. Sakura sends it back over on 1. And Crossfire stays alive again. Tao punches it into the net, and it falls to the floor. Crossfire, good hustle defensively. Scores for Crossfire. That serve is wide. Point Northern Lights. Good break for Northern Lights there. 2-1. They lead. Substitution. Giguashvili in. Tao will get a break. Sakura will serve. Sakura gets called for the middle attacking position opposite Giguashvili. Sakura into the 6. Good serve. Trouble. Ace serve. Sakura. Point Northern Lights, and they lead 3-1. Northern Lights 3, Crossfire 1, set number 2. Crossfire took set number 1. Lights has lost 3 sets in a row here. Sakura over. Good pass and system. Middle attack. It's strong, but into the net. Point Lights. And now Lights leads 4-1. Sakura back to serve once again. Sakura goes down the line, pass in system, strong side attack, free ball over. Sakura is there. Stadler with options goes back to Halbersma. She goes down the line, picked up by Crossfire. Tip shot over, picked up by Stadler. Sakura goes outside, and Gleason sends it over. Here comes Crossfire, right side attack. Tip, score. Crossfire tips over the block into the ring of fire for the kill. And their second point of set number 2. Munson in. Sakura out. Good strong serve. Munson fights it off. Stadler goes down to get it. Fettrell almost takes out Stadler, but sends it over. Here comes Crossfire middle attack. Tip shot. Nice job by Sakura. Munson there. Gleason over the block. Picked up in the back row. Strong side attack. It's a good one. Fettrell with the dig. Stadler goes all the way across. Gleason steps into it off the block and to the floor. Gleason scores from the left side for Northern Lights. Now they lead 5-2. Halbersma back to serve. She goes down the line. Good strong serve. Passed up high. Strong side attack coming. Back row. It's looped over. No one can get to it. Point to Crossfire. Big swing and then just a little roll shot over the block, and it drops behind the block in front of the sprawling defenders for the kill. Lights by 2, 5-3 in set 2. They're down 1-0. Serve over. Munson's there. It hits the net, goes over, but it's out. Point Crossfire. 5-4 now. Lights up by 1. Crossfire looking to tie things up in set 2. Good strong serve. Halbersma goes down to get it, sends it into court 4, and it's a point off the ace. 5-5 now in set number 2. Crossfire has tied it up. 3 quick points. Ties it up. Here comes the serve. Same spot. Munson. Sakura. Giguashvili tips it over. Picked up. Over on 2 attempt. Catches the net. Point Northern Lights. 6-5. Lights leads. Gleason to serve. Gleason down the line. Good serve. Scrambling around. Free ball over. Fettrell is there. Stadler goes back to Halbersma. Back row off the high hands. Picked up by Crossfire. Their strong attack is blocked by Giguashvili. No second contact from Northern Lights, and it's 6-6. Giguashvili took a lot of pace out of the ball, and sprawling players couldn't get to it. And we're knotted at 6 now in set number 2. 6-6, court 3. Here comes number 16. Big serve. Munson sends it up and to the R2. Ace serve for Crossfire. Now they lead 7-6. Serve over and short. Munson goes in to get it, sends it over. Picked up by Crossfire. Middle attack, tipped over the block. Giguashvili sends it back. Nope, it never came for contacts. Point Northern Lights, and now it's 7-7. Tao to serve. Munson will also check out. Sakura in. Tao to serve. Tao knotted at 7. Strong serve, but finds the net. Falls on the Lights side. It's a point select. Libero for Crossfire, back to serve now. Goes wide. Fettrell, good pass. Stadler goes to Tao in the back row. She goes cross court. Good attack. Picked up by Crossfire. Middle attack punched over. Tao is there. Stadler goes outside. Fettrell steps into it. She's a little long. Point Crossfire. Good strong attack, just a little long. And Crossfire takes the point. Now leads by 2. 9-7. Serve down the line. Tao sends it up and over and wide. Ace serve, Crossfire. Now they lead 10-7. Crossfire by 3. On an 8-2 run. Sent over. Tao there. Stadler sends it up high outside. Fettrell goes down the line. Picked up by Crossfire. They're going to come strong side. Swing down the line and good. Point for Crossfire. Now they lead by 4. 11-7. Timeout called by Northern Lights. Down 4 and down 1-0. Four courts in play here. They're to our left and to our right. If I look behind us, it looks like a pickup game on court 5. A lesson happening on court 6. Little team conversation on 7, and down on 8 looks like maybe a team lesson. 8 courts here at Minnesota Select Volleyball Center. And now here we go, ready to go once again. 4-point lead for Crossfire. Gleason sends it up. Stadler goes outside. Fettrell roll shot over the block. Picked up in the middle. Strong side attack coming. Over the block and good. Point. Crossfire. 12-7. Good strong attack. Finds the baseline for the kill. Good strong attack. Serve. Falls to the floor cleanly. Point Crossfire. Good hustle by Giguashvili to get the ball back onto our court. Crossfire up by 6. 13-7. Tao with the pass. Stadler into the middle. Sikora pushes it into the block. That's a lift. Point Northern Lights. We'll give Sikora credit for the kill. And now Stadler back to serve, down 5. Stadler into the 6. Good serve. Trouble. To the floor. Stadler with the ace. Cuts the deficit to 4. Stadler again into the 6. Good pass this time. Middle attack. Tip over. Stadler goes in to get it. Tao pulls it out of the net. Sikora off the block. Here comes Crossfire. Back row attack. Over the block. Gleason goes down to get it. Stadler wants Halbersma. Halbersma down the line. Scores. Halbersma turns the shoulders. Goes down the line for the kill. And now the deficit's 3. Stadler serving once again. She goes off the net cord into the floor. Stadler drills it into the net cord. It rolls over the top and falls on the Crossfire side for the ace. And she's cut the deficit to 2. Stadler strongly into the 6. Good pass and system. Strong side attack. Tip shot into the block. Pinballing around, falling to the floor. Point Crossfire. Crossfire to serve, up 3 now, 14-11. Good job by Stadler and Northern Lights to cut into the lead. Sent over. Fettrell sends it high. Stadler across. Halbersma over the block into the ring of fire for the kill. Halbersma over the block for Northern Lights. And now the deficit's back to 2. Fettrell back to serve. 12-14. Fettrell into the 6. It's over. Sikora goes up, sends it back. They come over on 2. Tao is there. Stadler goes to Halbersma. Halbersma bumps over. Picked up by Crossfire. Right side attack. Bumped back to us. Fettrell is there. Stadler into Gleason. She's blocked. Third attack by Stadler goes over. Here comes Crossfire. Back row attack. Bump set over. Fettrell is there. Stadler goes back to Halbersma. Halbersma gets into it and goes deep to the 1 for the kill. Halbersma, the lefty, cross court for the winner. Point Northern Lights, and now Fettrell will serve to tie things up at 14. She goes deep into the 1. It's a good serve, a little bit out of system. Strong side attack, big swing into the Halbersma block, out of play. Point to Select. Select now leads by 2, 15-13. Number 22 in the serve. I said Select, maybe. I meant Crossfire. Short serve over. Tao goes in and sends it right back over. Here comes Crossfire. Right side attack. Big swing. Blocked there by Gleason and Sikora. Sent over free. Halbersma is there. Stadler into Sikora off the block and to the floor. Point Crossfire. Now they lead by 3. Crossfire to serve, up 3, 16-13. Sent over. Tao goes in to get it. Stadler goes outside. Gleason steps into it, but can't come up with it. Into the net. Point Crossfire. Now Crossfire leads by 4, 17-13. Tao on the pass. Stadler goes back to Halbersma through the block. Picked up in the back row. Strong side attack coming. Roll shot over. Gleason is there. Stadler goes to Fettrell in the back row. She goes over the block. Punched up in the air. Crossfire right side. Tip shot over. Read by Tao. Stadler into the middle. Sikora tip shot and down. Sikora tip onto the sideline for the kill. Point Northern Lights. Munson to serve. Down 3, 14-17. Launches it to the 6. Too far to the 6. Point Crossfire. Crossfire up 4 and up 1 set to 0. Sends it over. Fetchel is there. Stadler into the middle. Giguashvili through the block. Picked up in the back row. Strong side attack. Tipped over. Blocked by Halbersma. Free ball over. Munson is there. Stadler with options. She goes to Halbersma. Halbersma down the line. Picked up by Crossfire. Free ball over. Stadler on the dig. Munson goes to Gleason. Gleason roll shot over the block. Picked up. Strong side attack. Big swing. Nice dig by Munson. Stadler all the way across. Gleason over the block. Off the deflection. Out of play. Point. Northern Lights. Northern Lights now down 3, 15-18. Halbersma to serve. The lefty sends it over. Good serve. Picked up nicely in system. Middle attack. It's a good one for the kill. Crossfire turns over Northern Lights immediately, and they lead by 4, 19-15. Gleason on the pass. Stadler calls for help. Halbersma lunges, but plays it off of Stadler's knee. We'll give credit ace serve to Crossfire. Now they've won the race to 20. They're in the red zone. They lead by 5, needing 5. Serve up, finds the net. Good break for Northern Lights. Now they trail by 4, 16-14. Gleason back to serve. Gleason goes short. Picked up in the 6. Strong side attack. Over the block. Gleason's there. Stadler into the middle. Giguashvili sends it into the 6. Picked up by Crossfire. A rolling shot over. Halbersma is there. Stadler goes over on 2 into the ring of fire. Picked up by Crossfire. Free ball over. Gleason there. Stadler goes outside. Fetchel steps into it. Off the block. Off the deflection. Into the net. Point. Fetchel. Nice kill from the left side by Fetchel, and it's 20-17 now. Lights down 3. Gleason into the 6. Picked up. Sent over on 2. Stadler is there. Munson to Fetchel. Fetchel two-hander over. Roll shot picked up by Fetchel. Stadler goes back to Halbersma on the back row. Over the block. Into the floor. Halbersma scores from the back row on the right side. And now Lights down by 2. 18-20. Gleason at the line. She goes down the line. Good serve. Over on 2. Swatted back over by Giguashvili. Here comes Crossfire. Strong side attack. Big swing into the block and down. Point. Crossfire. Crossfire now by 3. Good job battling back. A couple points there by Lights off the Gleason serve. Need a turnover right away. Crossfire up. Sends it over. And in. Ace serve. Crossfire. 22-18. They lead by 4 now. Needing 3. Serve over. Munson sends it up high. Halbersma takes number 2. Fetchel pops it up and over. Here comes Crossfire. Strong side attack. Big swing. Finds the net. Point Lights. Tau in. Giguashvili to get a break. Munson gets a break as Sakura checks in. Tau to serve. Down 3. 19-22. Tau goes down the line. Good serve. Back row attack. Finds the net for Crossfire. Point Northern Lights. And now they're down 2. 20-22. Tau serving. Ooh, into the 6. Played by Crossfire. Free ball. Not coming over. Point Northern Lights, and that serve, according to my tracking, was a little long. Tau Back to serve, looking to tie it up again. Good serve this time off the neckboard, picked up nicely. Back row attack, roll shot over. Fettrell is there. Stadler goes back to Halbersma. Back row, big swing, nice dig in the back row. Free ball coming, and there it is. Gleason is there. Stadler all the way across. Fettrell steps into it. Nice dig back row. Back row attack to two-hander over. Fettrell is there. Stadler with options. Secor in the middle, into the block. We got a net violation on Northern Lights. Point to Crossfire. Crossfire now 23-21. They lead by 2. They need 2 to take set number 2 and the match. Good serve. Gleason goes down to get it. No second contact. Ace serve. Crossfire, and now they are on the hook for set number 2 in the match. Serve over. Swing and a miss by Tao. Good miss by Tao as the ball went long. Point Northern Lights, and now Stadler back to serve, needing 2 to get to overtime. Stadler down the line. Good serve, perfect pass. Joust at the net. Stadler's going to go outside. Fettrell steps into it over the block, looking for the ring of fire. Not coming back. Fettrell scores for Northern Lights. The original tip was picked up, sent up high. No second contact by Crossfire. Now Stadler looking to tie things up at 24. Perfect pass in system. Strong side attack. Big swing. It's long. No touch. And we've got volleyball's version of overtime here. 24-24. Next team to lead by 2 will win set 2. Stadler into the 6th. Good pass. Back row attack. Big swing. Popped up by Gleason. Stadler goes outside. Fettrell tip. Picked up by Crossfire. Middle attack. Big swing. No, it's a tip. And a score. 25-24 now, and second match point. Well, actually more than second. Third, fourth, fifth. Guess I've lost count. Match point for Crossfire, 25-24. Tao goes down to get a perfect pass. Stadler with options. Halbersma on the left side. Nice pickup in the back row. Strong side attack. Tip shot over. Picked up by Halbersma. Stadler goes back to Fettrell. Fettrell tip shot. Picked up into the campfire. Roll shot over. Gleason is there. Stadler goes outside. Halbersma drills it into the 6. Picked up by Crossfire. Right side attack. Big swing off the block. Sent up high. No second contact, and there it is in the books. Crossfire 26, Northern Lights 24. Point, set, and match to Crossfire. They take this one 2-0. And that'll do it from Minnesota Select Volleyball Club facility, court number 3. It's been a pleasure bringing you Northern Lights 15 Xenon Volleyball. We'll shut things down from Minnesota Select, and we'll talk to you next time.